50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and together with my friend Sam Garlep, we're reading every chapter of my Harry Potter fanfiction from when I was 13. This is book 4 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Phantom Farter. Pause.
What?
Sam, the day that we are... Sam didn't know I was doing this.
What's happening?
The day we are recording this is a very special day.
What
is the date today, Sam Garland?
Oh my God.
You're real. I can see it all unfolding.
Is Thursday, the 31st of July.
And why is that day important?
Because that is the day that Harry Potter was born.
Happy birthday, Harry!
Sorry, I was like, when did he get the letter? I was like, hang on.
No, so Harry was born on the 31st of July.
Yeah.
Neville was born on the 30th of July.
Wow, happy birthday, Harry.
If you're listening, how old would Harry... Because I think Harry's born in 1980. So he'd be 45 now in real time.
Yeah, wow.
Wow. So actually... Harry, we're still not in real time up to the time that this book, that Harry Potter and the Boys takes place.
No.
Because that's 50 years after Deathly Hallows. And Deathly Hallows ends in, I think, 1997 canonically. So 50 years after that is 2047. So we might never get there. Does that make sense?
Sorry, Deathly Hallows finishes...
1997.
And then what about... And then in the epilogue of that...
Is 19 years later.
So 2016.
Which is... Oh, so we've passed the epilogue.
Wow.
I wish we should have gone to King's
God.
Cross that day.
Oh my God.
September 1st, 2016, everyone should have gone to King's Cross.
And just
seen been like, hey guys, how are you?
How are you? How are you? How are you?
How are you? Wow. Well, happy birthday, Harry.
Yeah, happy birthday, Harry.
Have a great
got
day.
Got you a cake. I sat it on the way.
Yeah, sorry. I'm free to make a Saturday on the way. You're looking a bit rounder than I thought you would, Harry. I'm not Harry. So that's cool. But also, hello, Hamoris, everyone. Harry Potter and Boys fan fiction podcast by me. Sam's here.
Yeah, I am.
And
we established that.
You know, apologies we missed last week. We were just so busy planning Harry's 46th birthday or whatever it is.
Yeah, and like it's a lot harder to plan a 46th than
45th rather.
45th than because 13th birthday you're like, oh yeah, you know some cake and some laser tag.
Sit on it on the way.
Yeah. So
do you remember Dark Zone in Melbourne? Do you ever go to Dark Zone?
I remember Time Zone. I remember Sidetracked.
Was it Dark Zone, the laser tag place with all the arcade machines? That was like if someone was like, I'm having my birthday party at Dark Zone, you'd be like, fuck yes, it's awesome there.
Even though I'm only like 2 years older than you, I think that we had Sidetracked and that had go-karts.
Wow, I never went to Sidetracked.
Go-karts, laser tag, and mini golf.
Wow, 3 in 1.
It was
and do you do them all on the same day?
Yeah.
What a day.
It was so, it was so cool. It was so cool.
Yeah.
When someone had their birthday party there, I was like, yes. Except for the time whenever it was Dad's weekend, my dad's always early for everything. So we had a birthday party. Dad went to drop me off, but it must have been like 7:38 a.m. and the venue was closed. And my dad goes,
he just left you there.
No, he's there. He's like, he's trying to open the door. Like, he's like, what's going on here? I'm like, well, it's closed. What time does it start? Oh, 10? I'm like, we're so early.
Why were you so early?
Because Dad just likes to be early. And he's like, well, let's just get there. I'm like, no. It's
not
the staff.
Then you've got an hour of downtime, just reading a book or something.
Yeah, so then I had to wait for the staff to arrive.
Yeah.
And then eventually like the birthday family, like they got there to like set up. Like, oh,
you're here early. We still have to set up.
So we just had to wait around. But once they were there, Dad was like, all right, I'm going.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, just get to see how the sausage is made when
Yeah.
he gets to places early.
Oh
like
my
that.
God, that's amazing. Yeah. I love sausages, by the way.
Yeah.
Now, what was I going to bring up apart from... Oh, yeah. So a few weekends ago, we went to see we did see Jack Post open for Nikki Glaser.
Yeah.
Really fun night.
We spoke about that, didn't we?
I don't think we've spoken about it because I think we were in the car home because
No, sorry, you've spoken about it on a different podcast.
Yeah, you drove it home. Right?
Drove it home. Yeah, well, it was
you drove us home.
Sammy Garb driving you home.
You and Mel drove me and Claire home, and do you remember we actually had a little conversation?
Oh, we did actually
in the car because we had dinner before with our partners who are both healthcare professionals. What do you remember about that dinner? Because I think halfway through the dinner, you and me gave each other a knowing look, and I don't know if we were thinking the same thing.
It was a bit of are you thinking what I'm thinking B1?
Yeah.
So I think I am B2.
Yeah. And do you remember what it was?
No, I think they were just discussing medical things, and I think we looked at each other going, we've got no fucking idea what they're talking about. And
there was no in for us.
No, we weren't smart enough to talk about what they were talking about. So we just had to we just looked at each other and went, well, let's just listen.
Yeah. And then I thought it was worth giving them a taste.
That conversation passed the Bechdel test.
Yes, it did. Yeah,
we didn't
very much. And they definitely didn't talk about us.
No.
But on the drive home, I wanted to give them, and pardon the pun, a taste of their own medicine. So I brought up a Harry Potter related topic. So I thought I'd share the audio of that.
Yeah, I've completely forgotten this.
Yeah,
this
so
is unearthed audio.
Unearthed, Triple J unearthed.
Yeah.
This is what we talked about. So, you know what I just thought of is like at the end of the books, well, at least at the end of the movie, Harry like goes in and sees Quirrell.
Yeah.
And Quirrell's just like talking normally. And he goes, who would have suspected poor stuttering Professor Quirrell? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So does that mean that like the stutter was just he was putting it all on?
He completely put on a stutter. Yeah.
But it's implied that he's always been like that, like pre-Voldemort on the back of head.
Oh yeah.
So don't you think that's actually a bit of a plot hole?
Surely people would have met Quirrell 5 years earlier. And
Yeah.
Stuttering Quirrell.
Yeah, because otherwise it's implied like he was a normal guy who spoke normally, and then that year he just started being like, by the way, everyone, now I talk like this.
Or has he always talked like that because he's just a bit of a nervous Nelly?
But then at the end, he speaks perfectly.
And he says,
who would have suspected? Like he's being like,
or has he been planning it for his whole life?
No, but we know that he hasn't because I'm pretty sure he the year before Harry goes to Hogwarts, he took a year off. A gap year to Albania, and that's where he met Voldemort.
I see.
So we really are at a bit of a conundrum there about the origin of Quirrell's stutter.
And, well, I'm kind of thinking that of the two things, where one is he's brought back the Dark Lord Voldemort, a renowned terrorist.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
But somehow I feel worse that he's making fun of people with stutters.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's actually the worst.
Me too. Like, he thinks, all right, what's the best way for me to look and sound weak to other people so they underestimate me? And he goes with stutter.
A stutter is a real thing people struggle with every day.
Well, and you just stuttered.
And no one laughed.
And
importantly, no one laughed when I stuttered.
Now, Mel and Claire, who are in the car, how have you found this conversation?
Riveting, yeah. I just have realised that I don't remember a lot of the things that have happened about
Quirrell.
Okay.
Harry Potter. I don't know. Just you
Okay.
talking about Albania. I have no recollection of that ever happening.
Also, this part of the podcast might be cut out because Chapel Roan was playing the entire time, so I'm sure
like copyright?
Yeah, Apple will probably rip this down.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Also, the guy who's playing Professor Quirrell in the TV show, he was born in 1996.
What?
Now let that sink in. Goodbye.
Crazy.
Wow. What a journey. And that's almost like that conversation almost belongs behind a paywall because that is like the serious hardcore theory dumping that me and Sam are always doing. Aren't we always doing that?
We're always doing that.
Yeah.
And our girlfriends are clearly thrilled with it.
Yeah.
Wow. I also sounded it was later at night. I was so tired.
Yeah.
I sounded drunk / asleep for most of that recording.
You did. But I do feel like we're onto something there.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a chicken and the egg. And a chicken and the egg. What came first, the stutter or the not stutter?
I think That's an incredible revelation.
Yeah. And I don't think I've ever seen anyone talking about that before.
No.
But I don't know. If anyone has any theories, thoughts, recommendations, let us know. Claire obviously proving she wasn't listening when she just chimes in with, yeah, but maybe he had it the whole time. And then we're like, no.
Yeah, I know. It's funny.
It's
like we tried to. It's like you set her up there. It's like, why don't you say something? Yep, you're wrong. You're wrong.
But it was a good night. It was a good night overall.
I just think that's Also, I'm now just thinking like, then was Quirrell? Did he already? We don't really know how to be qualified for a teacher in the Wizarding world, do we? Because it's like it's not like, did he have a teaching degree? Or was Voldemort like, you need to go to University of Queensland, do the 2-year accelerated course,
and then the Masters of Education, specializing in defense against the dark arts.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, and then during the years, Voldemort's like, oh, this is quite interesting, like a didactic sense of teaching. Okay, wow, so a bit of experiential learning and.
But Quirrell was the Muggle studies teacher before he was Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Right.
He only became Defense Against the Dark Arts that year.
Sorry, but he was a teacher.
He was a teacher before.
And he was a teacher at Hogwarts?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He was the Muggle studies teacher at Hogwarts.
Hence why it's so crazy that if he was away for like a year
and then returned with a stutter, everyone be like, did something happen?
Yeah.
Like it's unbelievable that it's not like painfully obvious to everyone that something weird was going on with Quirrell.
He was a normal guy. He's come back with a stutter and a turban.
And he's definitely nothing's happened. Nothing weird has happened at all.
Exactly.
I mean, you've got to put it into real life. Like, if you came back from your trip to the Gold Coast with a stutter and a turban, and you came in today, shaved head, turban.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the podcast.
Sam, are you okay? Something's changed.
Certainly, no.
But no one does that with Quirrell. It's just like, okay.
No. But I mean, that's on like, honestly, that's on like men not talking to each other about their feelings.
Yeah, true. If someone had just opened up to Quirrell and felt like he could open up, none of this ever would have happened.
And I bet you some of the, like, probably McGonagall or some of the other female teachers are looking at Quirrell come back with the stutter turban and just going, men will try anything besides therapy.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You know what else is funny in the movie? Like, there's that really quick glimpse when McGonagall finds Harry like flying around catching the Remembrall and she takes him to meet Oliver Wood.
Yes.
And Oliver Wood is in class with Professor Quirrell and McGonagall's like, excuse me, Professor, excuse me. Could I borrow wood for a minute, please? Do you remember that scene? Vaguely?
Yeah.
And then you see Quirrell go, oh, yes, of course. And in that scene, he's holding an iguana. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think
and it's never like brought up or acknowledged. Like, why is he holding an iguana?
Yeah, I don't know. That's fun.
Yeah. I'll show you a picture of it just in case.
I wonder if there was like if they had a few drafts of that, like what else he could be holding. And I said drafts, not giraffes.
Yeah.
Just want to clarify that.
There's the picture.
That is so funny.
He's just holding an iguana. There's no context.
And that, are we to assume he's in the Defense Against the Dark Arts role at that point?
Yeah, he is.
So, okay. Iguanas, dark arts, or just crazy?
Or just misunderstood creatures. Very misunderstood creatures, iguanas. Wow. This has been the most relevant Harry Potter discussion we've had on this pod for a very long time. Do you have anything else to bring up?
I don't think so. I think I'm kind of keen to get back into the double F.
Yeah, let's get into the double F. Now, last week we had the week before, we had a frustrated Dimmy who was trying to get the next edition of the Dimitri Chronicles underway. Do you remember that? And the chapter kept coming.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think the chapter was like Fuckity Duckity Doc was hosting a rap party and Fuckster Fungorius came in furious at him not being in his office and abused him and grabbed him and ripped him out of the Great Hall. We pick up Sam.
Oh, they were actually rapping.
They were rapping.
Wow.
We pick up with the next chapter. Sam, we usually start by reading the title. Sam, please read the title of this week's chapter. While I get my water.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Okay,
I think
now
we're both feeling good because I just ate a bounty and I'm feeling amazing.
Yeah, we both had bounties.
Okay. Interlude in italics. The Dimitri Chronicles Part 3: The Secret of Slytherin.
Ooh. Okay.
Huge. So this is you would think the Dimitri Chronicles Part 3 that we've had a false start already of the Dimitri Chronicles Part 3. But this seems like the real deal. It's at the start of the chapter.
Yep,
That's where I like it.
The RD, the real deal. And,
Okay.
looks like Dimmy's finally getting a chance to shine.
That contract is finally being fulfilled.
Yes,
which
he
is good.
was promised 3 exclusive chapters where he is the central character.
And I like because I feel like it was like a throwaway line that you wrote in the end of the last book about Dimitri and his agent. But now
here they
are. And because Dimmy was actually, wasn't he meant on the phone in the last book, but it was like a block
piece
of wood?
of tan bark. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And also Dimmy was not in the first book. Remember, he only popped up in book 2, so this could be relevant.
Okay.
All right, here it begins, and Sam, usually you start.
I know, but I
this
can't.
Week,
This is crazy.
I will start. And
Dimmy said, "What?"
I guess that's the
The
narrator.
narrator.
Every time we do one of the Dimitri Chronicles, it always ends up with me going into some other bullshit story from the past about the founders of Hogwarts. Obviously, you're trying to set up some kind of spin-off or mystery for one of the future books, but I shouldn't have to be the catalyst for that. I'm staying right here in the toilets, and the whole chapter is going to take place here.
Dimmy responded. Dimmy, hang on, I want to keep going, but yes, the last time. Yeah, we had the founders. What were they doing? Like frolicking or something?
They were just hanging out at the front of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
And then I think Salazar said, they've been burning more witches. Talking about the Muggles. And maybe that's the origin of Slytherin's hatred of Muggles, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Malfoy, perhaps.
Okay, Dimmy, it's really hard to have chapters just focused on you. You're what we call in the business a nothing character. Couldn't have said it better myself.
I think he's a something. Excuse me?
Dimmy said to the narrator, forget it, but fine. If you want to stay right here in the bathroom, you go for it. But you realize you're in the second floor girls' bathroom?
So what?
Dimmy said, well, Moaning Myrtle.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Ghostly sex scene with Moaning Myrtle. Now we're talking.
Dimmy said, I don't know how to do this voice anymore. I'm 14.
Oh, that's not Moaning Myrtle at all. I'm 14. It's more like that, I'd say.
Harry, what does she say?
Harry, you're welcome to share my toilet. Share my toilet with me.
I'm 14.
Oh God, now she sounds 85. Just read it however you want.
I'm 14.
Okay.
I'm 14. Moaning Myrtle yelled, coming out of the cubicle after hearing her name.
To be honest, I'm 13 too, so...
Dimmy said.
Question mark.
Yeah.
So...
Myrtle was furious, but Dimmy couldn't pay too much attention because out of the corner of his eye was the floating cloud of green gas he had seen in the previous Dimitri Chronicles.
No, I'm not looking at that,
Dimmy said. He couldn't help but look at it.
Still not looking.
Dimmy yelled, trying desperately to look away, but somehow his neck couldn't help but almost magnetically look over at the green gas.
So the narrator is forcing him to progress. I'm not looking.
The cloud spoke to him in fartsal tongue. Please see the truth.
No, this is my chapter. We're doing.
Now,
okay.
it's meant to be. I think there's meant to be an end of quote here.
Yeah, the quote doesn't close, so I guess we just have to assume that Dimmy is still talking.
Okay, yep.
Well, let's do it
the way it's written.
No, this is my chapter. We're doing. He saw 3 juggling balls underground. Juggling. We're doing juggling. Dimmy began juggling. Closed quotation.
Quote. Oh, here we go. And everything in the book was getting all messed up because Dimmy was trying too hard to not go along with the narrator.
So the narrator's saying like all of the syntax of the book is getting all jumbled up because Dimmy's fighting the narrator, I guess.
Yes,
so
and
the quotation, that was an intentional mistake.
Yeah, wow.
Fan.
Dimmy said, and the syntax, word you just saw, went back to normal. We are in the right spot. Let me take you back again.
And I think the fart ghost thing here we thought was Slytherin's fart ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe?
But I still don't quite understand that. But the book is full of mysteries and and that's kind of what makes life exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
Mystery, yeah. The farts seemed to explode in a fartastic gas of farts.
Wow.
Which transported Dimmy and the fart into some time in the past. They were still in the bathroom, and one of the characters from the last Dimitri Chronicles seemed to emerge from a secret passageway buried in the taps.
And so we know that is Salazar coming out of the chamber? Is that what we assume?
That is, yep. Let's assume that. He looked deflated and sad, and he walked out to the wider castle. Standing outside was Goddy, the other man from the last Dimitri Chronicles. So,
Godric and Sal in the girls' toilets.
Sal!
Sal!
Spending time in the girls' toilets again. No. Sal, spending time in the girls' toilets again, Goddy said.
Am I Sal? I'll be Sal.
Yeah.
Just looking after Basil.
Sal responded.
Okay.
Basil?
I was going to say, well, do we assume that Basil is the basilisk?
That's really funny.
Because Basil is the most harmless name ever.
And it's in the name.
Yeah, Basil the Basilisk.
Oh my God. What an amazing name for a
And he just
basilisk.
came out of the chamber. Yeah, I mean, it's better than Ilisk.
Oh, yeah.
Or Lisky. Anyway.
I don't mind it.
Lisky's good, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Do you really think it's safe having one of those living under the school? Goddy said, looking grumpily at Sal.
Basilisks are seriously misunderstood creatures. Besides, Basil would never hurt anyone. Not unless I told them to.
Sal said.
Good. So Basil is a they them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
we don't know the gender.
Yep. Well, sometimes it's hard to say with some animals. So.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, a snake.
Do snakes have peni?
I believe.
Yeah.
They do.
Where?
I think we have discussed. Funnily enough, I think we've discussed exactly this before. And good to know that none of us did research since then. Dimmy watched on. It appeared that some time had passed. Wrong past, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Dimmy watched on. It appeared that some time had passed since the last memory, and Salazar Slytherin and Godric Gryffindor's friendship seemed schismed since last time.
And I don't... Is schismed a word? I know schism is a word. Is schism a word?
I mean, I believe it is. But in the same way that I believe snakes have penises.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe...
I know, schism is, but I don't know if it's like you can use it as like schismed. But I don't even know if it's...
Sorry, I'm just watching the Epstein videos.
Oh, okay. That's
Sorry,
okay.
if he's...
Actually?
That literally what's come up on my screen was the Epstein video of him in prison where there's 1 minute missing from the...
Oh, and then he appears dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm really getting into the... Anyway, I'm going to look up schism.
Going down a rabbit hole.
Schismed.
Schism?
No.
Is
even schism a word?
I think it's spelled schism. Oh, yeah. Schism.
Oh, yeah.
A division or separation within a group or organization. So it does fit, but I don't know I don't know if it's a verb. Like, I don't know if you can schism. It's not a standard English word, though the root word schism refers to a division or separation. Okay. Well, do you want to, while we're here, do you want to look up, you've put it away.
Yeah.
I was going to say, do you want to look up, do snakes have penises?
Yes. Do snakes
have...
I mean, speaking of Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep, male snakes have 2 penises called hemipenes.
That is something we could not have predicted. And
we are wondering if they have 1 penis.
And they've like 2.
They've got bloody 2.
They have 2?
And they're called hemipenes.
A hemipene. This is crazy.
Sounds like a hemorrhoid and a penis.
I wonder have you guys are there some reptile experts that have been screaming into their
yeah.
podcasts?
Did anyone here know that snakes have hemipenes?
Why
But it
do
does
male
sound-
snakes have 2 willies? That's the top question.
Wow.
That is insane. I think that's huge for them.
Each hemipene is associated with a single testis. The reason snakes have 2 penises instead of just one has to do with breeding and being able to mate with as many females as possible without diminishing the sperm count. Jesus Christ.
that'd be handy.
They evolved well.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, that's
well, there's good 2 birds with 1 stone.
hey.
2 penises with 1 snake.
I'm rocked by that. So that
Yeah.
so then I don't know. Basil.
Would probably have 2 peni.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway. All right. Cool. Hemipenes.
Wow. I mean, in a way, having 2 penises, that's a bit of a schism in itself. That the 2 penises have separated from each other,
I think it's a metaphor for what's happened between
Yeah.
Sal and Gotti.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've split like a hemipene.
Like a hemipene. Yeah.
My
My mind is blown.
that.
And
How's
if
that
you'll
for trivia?
excuse me, I need to go and do 2 wheeze.
Yeah, wow.
1 for each hemipene.
I mean, they've got hemipenes. Some guys they've barely got a semipene.
Yeah. And there you go, guys.
Okay.
All right. So they schismed. Their friendship has schismed.
Oh, right. How do you even use that word here? Anyway, okay. Friendship has schismed since last time. Like each of them were hanging on for an inch of what used to be
Aw.
an inch of a hemipene.
Inch of a
maybe.
hemipene.
Okay. Rowena and Helga, the 2 ladies, wandered over and found Sal and Gotti. So, Sal, the 3 of us have voted. If muggles are showing signs of magical power, we think they should be taught how to use it,
Wow.
Rowena said.
This is the moment, where it all goes down.
Yeah. And then shall I read Helga as well?
Oh, I'll be Helga.
Yeah, why don't you be Helga?
That's right.
I'm so glad you're Helga.
That's right. We don't see any reason keeping them out of the school. Their magic will fester. We need to face the facts. Magic could appear in anyone.
Helga replied. That was amazing.
And, okay, this is Sal, yep. Those people killed my wife, tortured her, burned her at the stake. Her charred body haunts me.
Salazar said,
We need to protect ourselves. We can't let them in.
okay, so did we know... So is this canon that Salazar Slytherin had a...
I don't think this is canon. Or canon to this or canon to original?
I mean, not canon.
No, I don't think it's canon.
To me, it is.
It's a good kind of explainer as to maybe where a lot of this feeling came from.
Sal, Godric began, come with me. He took Salazar by the shoulder and began walking away from the ladies. I love the ladies.
The ladies.
I mean, magic. We don't quite understand all of it, do we, Sal? Godric asked.
Sure.
Salazar said. There are new kinds of magic developing every day. I just told you a few weeks ago that I tapped into a form of magic that I don't quite understand, but it feels powerful and smelly, Godric said.
Okay, that's interesting.
Wow.
What does that say to you?
Smelly. What smells? Maybe like a fart.
And I guess we would have thought, since Voldemort is now tapping into the dark farts, like we would have thought maybe it has evil origins. But then Godric is implying that even all the way back then, he was getting a taste for or a smell for the dark farts.
It's like
Maybe it was just the farts back then.
Yeah, or maybe, I mean, we've viewed the history just as it's been fed to us. That, you know, Gryffindors are the good and brave.
History is told by the winners.
That's true.
Wow.
Wow. So maybe Godric is evil.
Was a god dick.
God. Oh my God.
A hemi dick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Godric.
Your point being?
Salazar said, "Look, Sal, I know you're hurt, but Rowena, Helga, and I have been talking. We can't hope to keep magic alive without bringing in Muggle-born students. They are magic," Godric said.
It doesn't sit right with me.
Salazar said.
I miss her so much. My daughter misses her mother. I can't do this alone. If Muggle-borns are here, I'll never teach here.
Wow.
And so I guess, like, because Voldemort is the heir of Slytherin, we know that Salazar Slytherin must have had a child. Like that has to be true, regardless of whether it's said. And here it is said that he has a daughter.
Wow.
Which I guess implies that that's why the Slytherin name maybe died out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also...
I like this.
Yeah, I like this. I do like this.
Because usually I hate it.
But I usually fucking hate this. But also Salazar, I mean, he's voting with emotion. He's talking... it's not logical.
You don't think so?
No, because I mean, so one muggle burned his wife. Wow,
I think that's pretty...
Never hear the bloody end of it.
Like, bloody hell. Move on, mate.
Exactly. we got some school fees to rake in. Okay, here we go. Well, we've been speaking, Sal, and we think... Godric paused and took a deep breath.
What?
Salazar said. We think it's time you left Hogwarts.
Wow.
We're a small school now and a meeting ground for young witches and wizards all over the world. But your vision, it just doesn't fit, Godric said. This must be a hard conversation.
Yeah.
Several of the students walked past, both of them in Gryffindor robes. So two students. Several students walked past, both of them in Gryffindor robes.
Several generally is more than two.
Professor Slytherin, they all said.
They all said.
They all said, fucking hell.
Oh, hang on. Oh, no, because it says both of them, not two of them. Were in...
They all said, smiling gleefully at the sight of Salazar with barely an acknowledgement of Godric. Wow.
What?
Well, it's really, I mean, Slytherin seems to be very well liked.
Yes, very well regarded. Godric maybe a firmer hand with the students, and you would think that the Gryffindor robe students would love seeing Godric, but maybe Godric is the Snape of their time.
The students, of course, will miss you. You're thorough. You're great with them, but you know how to teach and relate to kids. But well, Godric said. Salazar looked up, broken-hearted.
Well?
If you don't leave on your own accord, we might have to take matters into our own hands, Godric said.
And what's that supposed to mean? Godric, we're friends. We started this school together. It was us. You and me.
Salazar said.
I'm getting emotional.
A tear forming in his eye. You are.
I'm going to play this with as much sincerity as it deserves.
I wasn't quite reading. I thought you were improvising there. And I was like, wow, it's amazing. Godric looked around, and Salazar's eyes. It's hard to say that.
Salazar's eyes. Yeah, it is.
Salazar's eyes, Salazar's eyes, Salazar's eyes, Salazar's eyes.
I like that song.
Yeah.
Is that Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Yep.
Behind Godric. Godric looked around and Salazar's eyes widened.
Wow.
Behind Godric, an enormous beast began pacing through the hall towards them.
Is that the snake? The basil?
Nah, because it's pacing through the hall.
Pacing, yeah, wow.
It hasn't got legs. It has got two penises, so it could be walking on them.
It could be walking. Okay.
It was huge and menacing. It had the head and body of a lion.
Wow, which sounds like a lion.
Yes.
So we all know that Slytherin had a monster in the school. Are we now finding out that Godric did as well?
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe they all had a monster. Like Rowena had a massive eagle, and then Hufflepuff just had a little badger. Just used to sniff around.
Yeah. It was huge. It had the head and body of a lion with a goat's head arising from the neck.
Oh, it's a chimera.
Wow.
I think.
And its tail was a snake.
Wow.
Out of its nostrils, smoke was flaring with each breath.
Just pacing through the school where there were two students just walking by.
Chilling. Now I'm just going to say, I think, a big beast like this, it must have some kind of regal kind of name, like, that suggests power and of royalty.
Aggression.
Something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Okay. Frank the Chimera?
Sal said.
So it's come to this?
Frank.
Frank?
I love Basil and Frank.
Also, Frank, the name of the Muggle innkeeper that looked after the Riddle House.
Oh, yes, it is.
Frank Bryce, I think, was his name.
So
it's a chimera, which is a mythological creature that's a lion with a goat's head and snake tail and wings, I think, as well.
Oh, sorry, does chimera have two heads?
I think so, yeah.
I've never even...
So that's actually scary. And Gryffindor's clearly using it as like a, hey, like, this is a threat.
Yeah. Do not try parcel tongue on the snake tail. It only listens to the lion's head, Godric said.
I know very well how it works. Never would I have thought that Frank would be used against me.
Salazar responded. And Frank paced to be next to Godric, a small breath of fire protruding from his mouth. That's right.
Just read the next line.
Yeah. Roar, roar, roar. Roar, roar, Godric said, looking up at Frank, who nodded. Roar, 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 roar.
Yeah, now, okay, I'm imagining, I think it's written as roar, 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 but I'm imagining that it's like, you know, the MGM lion, the roar, roar, that kind of vibe. Or like it's actual lion roaring.
No, it doesn't say that.
It doesn't say that.
It doesn't say...
Because...
It doesn't say Godric roared. It says roar, 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 full stop, roar, roar, and Godric said.
And it it also doesn't say like Godric started speaking in a deep growling voice that sounded like a lion's roar. Because I think what's happening here is, are we assuming he's speaking lion language?
Yeah.
Like Thingo can speak snake language?
But when we have parcel tongue, usually, or fartsel tongue, it goes in kind of italics and you can see the real words that is being said.
And also when JK writes about, I don't think you ever actually see parcel tongue. It just says it's like snake-like hissing, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think you actually see it go like, like that kind of vibe.
You don't see the snake saying it? Or you don't see...
I don't think it's ever in quotation marks, like the sounds that they're making. I think she just says, he started speaking in a snake-like hiss or something.
I'm not sure.
Could be wrong.
I think it could be
right.
I think you could be wrong.
Could be wrong.
Looking up at Frank, who nodded.
Roar, 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 roar. Oh, okay. Oh, I like this. And now you're speaking Leo tongue?
Leo tongue.
I like
That's
Leo
a good
tongue.
name.
Leo the lion.
Yeah.
Wow. I would Mufasa tongue would have been cool, or Simba tongue. Actually, Simba has appeared in this book.
No. So
I wonder if he can speak.
Well, I mean,
Simba tongue.
are we to imagine that every time we've spoken to Simba the character that someone's speaking Leo tongue?
Quite possibly. We might never know.
Wow.
And now you're speaking Leo tongue, Godric. The language of lions is dangerous. You know what lions are. Apex predators. They destroy any competition. Lions aren't about working together. They are about ruling, fear, intimidation.
Wow. So
Whoa.
Mike's having a moment. Mike's having a hot moment.
So I guess, what's your reading of this?
Well, my reading of this is just redefining everything we thought about the founders. And yes, so, I mean, and it makes sense. They're like, oh, snake, that's really, parcel tongue is so dangerous. But then, if you're speaking to a lion, that's probably even more dangerous.
Yeah. And to be fair, snakes as animals, like, they don't attack unless provoked. Like, that's what we're led to believe. Whereas lions, like, there's not two lions in a pride. Like, the lion kills any weaker lion and, like, takes the pride as his own.
Yeah, so he really checks out, you know, it's pretty dangerous to snakes. It's really dangerous talking to lions. It's probably the most dangerous talking to, like, real estate agents.
Yeah.
I think that's probably, like, the
Why
worst
can't we all
kind.
just speak badger tongue like Helga?
Exactly.
She seems to get along with the badgers.
Yeah. Badger tongue.
But I also like that, you know, parcel tongue maybe isn't that dangerous, but it's just like the history is told by the winners, you know? So everyone's like, oh, if you talk to snakes, that's bad. You know, you don't want to end up like Slytherin.
Wow, it's crazy. Okay, Dimmy looked on in awe.
Okay.
I forgot Dimmy's here.
Dimmy is here. It's the Dimitri Chronicles.
This is really. You know what? I'm actually starting to feel for Dimmy. This is true. You're really fucking him with this.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for remembering I'm here.
All in capitals. Okay.
Oh, and then we were kind of just talking about
Salazar spoke, and a loud throbbing and rustling sound emerged from the bathroom they had just exited. Suddenly, slithering towards them was Basil, the basilisk.
Wow.
Do not even think of attacking, Godric said. I banish you from Hogwarts, Salazar.
I'm not attacking. I'm simply taking Basil with me, as he and I have grown close.
Salazar said. Oh no. Basil belongs in the castle, Salazar. You think we don't know about your little chamber of secrets?
Wow.
I banish Basil to live there forever, feeding off the vermin that lives down in the pit you created, God said. Godric said. Roar, roar, roar.
God is a character that has appeared in
Sorry,
previous
yeah,
books,
so
so we
that-
don't want to mistake the canon there.
Yes, and then, sorry, Godric said.
roar.
Roar, roar, roar.
It reminds me of in The Simpsons when Homer's in the Navy or whatever and he's telling everyone, it's my first day. And then there's a ship full of penguins and he's just like, quack, quack, quack. Anyway.
I don't remember that one.
Okay.
But then that is in italics, so it's kind of implying he might be going,
Yeah, okay.
Immediately, Frank snapped, lunging at both Salazar and Basil.
Wow.
The goat's head grabbed Basil in its mouth. How big is his goat?
I know.
Well,
That's what I imagine it.
Yeah.
You do a roar and I'll do the goat so we can really get visceral here.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's fuck. I'd hate that.
I would hate that video to
To go
come
up.
on. Yeah. While Salazar was grabbed in the lion's mouth. Yep. I assume this is Godric.
Yeah, I
Take
think-
them down there.
Wow.
Frank ran toward the bathroom, crashing through the secret tunnel that Salazar had built underneath the school. He had pitched to the other three founders many times a secret bunker or chamber for students to protect themselves in case of a muggle attack, bounded by Parseltongue, preventing any muggle from ever entering. But the others refused.
Wow. So so if this is correct, the Chamber of Secrets, in fact, was never intended as like a death chamber to kill mudbloods.
It's more like a
It was-
panic room.
It was a panic room to protect students from muggles. It's all been twisted
This
in
is
history.
crazy.
Twisted history.
Oh my god.
Bloody hell. Oh, wow. The others refuse. Okay.
I mean,
Wow.
okay. Dimmy looked into the Chamber of Secrets as Frank dragged the others into it. He had spent a lot of time in the chamber before it was destroyed, as the expelled common room lived there.
Lived there.
Okay.
Because it was destroyed at the end of book 2, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was like, I actually remember it was like a flaming, because remember there's the head of Slytherin in the chamber. That everything set fire and I actually think it said, this is just from memory, the flaming head of Slytherin, fire was falling out of the eyes like tears.
Wow. That is emotional language.
That's fucked. Wow.
This is huge. Okay. Dimmy looked in. Oh, yeah. Nope. Said that bit. Interestingly, the chamber he knew featured a statue of Salazar Slytherin.
Yeah.
But in this time period, it was slightly different. The Slytherin statue stood, but next to it was a statue of Godric. And next to each of those statues was one of Rowena and Helga.
Wow.
Oh.
So Salazar made statues of all of them, but
What a little freak.
I guess it is kind of freaky.
No. If I opened up your like bedroom door here,
There's
and
a statue of me and Claire, and then you and Mel.
Mel, and then and Jack, and hello.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
How sentimental, Sal, Godric said.
Wow.
And now I have one final message for you before you leave. Salazar was on the ground in tears of pain and sadness. The basilisk was released from Frank and shirked to the ground with Salazar.
And I'm reading that the basilisk at this point is like younger and smaller, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
The muggles nearby, they did suspect that we were witches and wizards. They were closing in on Helga, Rowena, and myself. So we concocted the plan. We knew we needed, shall we say, a scapegoat, Godric said,
Wow.
smirking. Okay.
What are you saying?
Salazar said desperately. We never liked your wife, Abigail.
Wow.
Godric said,
Holy
"What?"
guacamole. What? Abigail is also, I don't know if this is linked because I don't think I would have read it, but
Aberforth?
no.
No?
Oh, I was going to say in the Crucible, which is a famous
Oh, yes.
play about the
that's probably better.
Salem witch trials,
Yeah.
the main villain is Abigail.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not sure if that's linked, but
Probably
they would
is.
burn witches at the stake in that book.
Yeah. We needed to quell their fear. And what better way to quell their fear than to turn one of their own against them?
What? Oh, wow. Okay. You told them that Abigail was a witch?
Salazar said, a single tear dripping from his eye. Muggles are so easy to fool,
Wow.
Godric said. Oh, Sal, I'm sorry. We didn't realize any of them would actually become magic. But we'll take them. Every bit of magic blood is valuable. The others, the non-magical ones, are worth nothing,
Godric. No.
said Sal.
No.
He fell to the floor crying. When Salazar Slytherin had fallen in love with the muggle Abigail Derrickson.
What? What?
What?
Hang on. There's so many layers. Whoa. Finish the sentence.
That is just...
When Salazar
Oh my
Slytherin
God.
had fallen in love with the muggle Abigail
Abigail
Derrickson.
and married her, he never knew this is where he would end up.
Okay, so there's a few layers here because, well, the obvious one is
That
Derek.
Derek Derrickson is a descendant.
of Salazar Slytherin and Abigail Derrickson,
Wow.
who was a muggle,
Mm.
which also kind of doesn't make sense because, like, I mean, Abigail being the woman would have taken the Slytherin name, therefore the Derrickson name would have died out. But anyway.
But you can, in times like this where you're
Wife.
where someone is like, I'm imagining Salazar Slytherin now has his name sullied and all that.
Yeah.
You go, look, I'm
True.
going to take
Protect.
Yeah, you take the other name. You kind of bit of anonymity for a while.
So there's that. But then the other thing, there's a few other things. One is that Salazar Slytherin might not have ever had anything against muggles. In fact, he married a muggle and had a child with one. It was only when the muggles burnt his wife at the stake that he had a change, that he was like, fuck, like, they're dangerous and we don't want anything to do with muggles anymore.
Yeah.
That's what got him into that place. But then it turns out that it was Godric, Helga, and Rowena who were the ones who were like, muggles are like stupid and not worth
Nothing to
saving.
them.
But if they have magic, we will take them. So it's almost like a different philosophy of blood status.
Yeah, because in the Harry Potter books, as we know them, there's a lot of Slytherins are obsessed with just pure blood.
Yes. And if you are magic, but you have if you are magic, but you have a muggle parentage, they think you have dirty blood and you're not valid and you're almost like stealing magic. Whereas
is this a whole new...
it turns out Godric, Helga, and Rowena were like, we don't want anything to do with muggles unless they have magic. Then we'll take them, and almost like kidnapping their. I don't know. I actually don't know because like witches. There's like in old folklore, I think witches used to steal children and like to eat them, like in Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how. Anyway, wow. So Salazar was actually like one of the good kind of guys, I guess.
Now, can I just say something?
Yeah.
That, I think, is the biggest twist and reveal that we've had. I don't know. Just
in the entire...
that reaction. And I'm like, wow, that was massive. And then I just remembered that, was it the last book that we had for the whole book? A big twist is coming? Didn't we?
And it was Sokkie. Was it Sokkie?
Yeah.
Sokkie was... Well, it was trying to be like... It was... What was it? I can't even remember what the twist was.
But this...
Sokkie was Mr. Charger the whole time and Monsieur Charger was actually just innocent. That was pretty good.
Yeah, but this for me solidifies why when you say someone in a movie, oh, wait for the big twist. That's a spoiler. Because here, we didn't know there was a twist coming. And that shocked us more than last book when we're like, oh, there's a twist coming. But we know what it is.
Yeah.
And then...
Like when me and you sat down to do this podcast today, we never would have thought that our entire perception of Harry Potter would be flipped on its head.
Especially not in a Dimmy Chronicle, an interlude.
In a
This has been the most revealing.
There you go, Dimmy.
Yeah.
People will talk about this chapter for years. Yeah, I still wish it was about me. Sorry, that was an ad lib.
Should I finish?
It's not finished yet. Yeah.
And now, Sal, we have to say goodbye to you, Godric said. The fart gas seemed to dissipate at the sight of Godric's wand being held up.
Wow.
The chapter ended on a mystery that may never be solved.
I was barely in there.
Dimmy said, end of chapter.
Wowee.
That's
wowee. Wowies
so
out.
Godric, the Gryffindors are bad.
And the
others.
Helga, the Hufflepuffs.
Oh no.
And it just seems like over time, everything just went haywire. And like maybe the three remaining ones started saying, oh, Slytherin was saying this and doing this.
Definitely
and
a PR campaign.
It was PR. It was propaganda.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that today with Trump.
Oh my God. Tell me about it. Yeah, he's like, I was never friends with that guy.
Yeah, I was never friends with that guy.
He's
and
a
then
great guy. Wish him well.
He puts out a Photoshop of him as Superman. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I love that. I want to think about it and theorize it for years to come.
I think we need to sit with this. We need to just process it.
Yeah.
I can't believe we've learned probably two of the biggest things ever on this podcast.
And also, when that snake's out of penile.
That's it.
Yeah. And then we're not even really pondering much that Derek is the descendant of Salazar Slytherin and a muggle.
Yeah. That's explains all his powers and everything. Wow.
True. Wow. Holy guacamole.
I've got almost nothing left to say. I'm just shocked. I want to write an essay on this.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning in for another edition of Harry Potter and the Boys. Happy birthday to Harry Potter of day of recording. And goodbye, Hamoras.
Goodbye, Hamoras.
And I guess the moral of this week's chapter is don't trust anyone, especially your podcast co-hosts.
Wow.
Guys, Sam has just died. I am not sure what happened. He trusted the wrong people.
Roar. All right. We'll be back next week and we promise to kick it in the hemipene.